In the small town of Willowbrook, lived an affluent white man named Henry Thompson. Henry was known for his strong principles and conservative views, often voicing his opinions without hesitation. His daughter, Emily, was the apple of his eye, and he had dreams of her marrying into a respectable family. However, when Emily introduced him to her boyfriend, Malik, a kind and intelligent black man, Henry's heart sank. Henry's prejudices ran deep, rooted in the values of an older generation. He struggled to mask his disapproval, causing tension in the household. Emily loved Malik deeply and believed that time would change her father's perspective. Despite her optimism, Henry's cold demeanor persisted, casting a shadow on their relationship. As weeks turned into months, Henry couldn't deny the growing bond between Emily and Malik. Their love was evident in the way they cared for each other and worked together to overcome the obstacles thrown their way. One evening, as Henry sat alone in his minibar, his thoughts wandered to his own upbringing and the prejudices he had inherited. Memories of his own parents' rigid beliefs and the pain they had caused came rushing back. Henry recalled a time when he had been judged unfairly, and he felt a pang of guilt for doing the same to Malik. In that moment, he realized that his stubbornness was preventing him from truly understanding his daughter's happiness. One afternoon, Henry decided to take a walk through the town. As he strolled past the park, he saw children of all races playing together, oblivious to the differences that often divided adults. He sat on a bench and watched, feeling a sense of warmth and unity among the young ones. A chance encounter with his old friend, Martha, further transformed Henry's perspective. Martha shared stories of her own struggles with prejudice and how she had learned to embrace diversity through her granddaughter's experiences. Henry felt a newfound respect for Martha's wisdom and began to question his own stance. Henry knew he had to make amends with Emily and Malik. He invited them over for dinner, a gesture that surprised Emily. The tension was palpable at first, but as the evening progressed, Henry listened to Malik's stories and experiences with an open heart. He realized that his preconceived notions had been misguided, and he regretted the pain he had caused his daughter and her boyfriend. Over time, Henry made an effort to educate himself about racial history and equality. He attended workshops, read books, and engaged in conversations with people from diverse backgrounds. As his perspective broadened, he began to see the beauty in embracing differences rather than fearing them. As months turned into years, Henry's relationship with Malik transformed from distrust to mutual respect. Henry apologized to Malik for his initial behavior, and Malik forgave him wholeheartedly. When the day finally came for Emily and Malik to marry, there was an overwhelming sense of unity among their friends and families. Henry stood proudly having the best moment of his life with his bride and family, feeling a deep sense of joy for the couple he had initially doubted. Henry became an active advocate for diversity and inclusion in his community, using his own experiences to help others challenge their biases. He started volunteering at local schools, sharing his journey of transformation with young students, hoping to plant seeds of change early on. One of Henry's most impactful endeavors was the creation of a community dialogue group. This group brought together people from all walks of life to engage in open and respectful conversations about race, prejudice, and equality. It became a safe space for individuals to share their perspectives, ask questions, and learn from one another. As Henry looked back on his own journey, he realized that his initial rejection of Malik was driven by ignorance and fear. He openly admitted his mistakes and emphasized the importance of unlearning harmful stereotypes. As time passed, Henry began to face health challenges that forced him to slow down. But he didn't let that deter him from his mission. He decided to write a book about his transformation, hoping to reach a wider audience and inspire change beyond the borders of Willowbrook. In the book, Henry shared his personal struggles, detailing his journey from prejudice to acceptance. He spoke about the pivotal moments that had led to his transformation and the lessons he had learned along the way. The book became a bestseller, resonating with readers who were also seeking to challenge their own biases. Emily and Malik had children of their own, and Henry became a doting grandfather. He made sure to instill in his grandchildren the values of empathy, understanding, and open-mindedness. He shared stories of his own mistakes, emphasizing the importance of learning from them. As Henry's health declined, the community he had worked so hard to transform and his family rallied around him. People who had once been distant acquaintances became his friends, visiting him and expressing their gratitude for his efforts. The community dialogue group continued to flourish, with a new generation of leaders stepping up to carry on Henry's legacy. On a warm summer day, Henry passed away surrounded by loved ones. His funeral was a testament to the impact he had made. People of all races, backgrounds, and ages came together to celebrate his life and the change he had brought about. Malik spoke at the funeral, sharing his gratitude for the chance to know and love Henry as a father figure. After Henry's passing, his book continued to inspire change. It was included in school curriculums, book clubs, and community discussions. The impact of his words rippled beyond Willowbrook, reaching individuals who were seeking guidance on their own journeys of transformation. Emily and Malik carried on Henry's work, using their platform to advocate for racial equality and social justice. They continued to foster conversations and bridge gaps, building on the foundation Henry had laid. Their children grew up in a world where the lessons of the past were not forgotten, and they, too, became advocates for positive change. The town of Willowbrook had transformed into a more inclusive and understanding community. People embraced diversity and sought to understand each other rather than judge based on appearances. The annual Thompson Unity Day was established in Henry's honor, a day dedicated to celebrating diversity and promoting dialogue. On a fateful day, Emily and Malik were discussing, and they reflected on the incredible journey that had brought them to this point. Malik said, "Your father's transformation changed the course of our lives, Emily. He taught us that change is possible, even in the face of deep-seated prejudice." Emily nodded, wiping away a tear. "He showed us that love, compassion, and understanding can break down the walls that divide us. His legacy lives on in the lives he touched and the change he inspired." And so, the story of Henry Thompson, a white man who initially refused to accept a black man as a son-in-law, had come full circle. His journey from prejudice to redemption had left an indelible mark on the world, proving that one person's willingness to change could spark a chain reaction of transformation and healing.